If you go to the gym, you probably use caffeine, maybe even a bit too much. And if you want to cut down on your caffeine consumption, but you don't really know where to start, here's what I recommend. Alright, so first of all, what are the reasons for taking caffeine? You probably already know this, but basically, it provides extra performance in the gym, and it provides extra mental focus and clarity for just general everyday tasks. So the maximum recommended dose is about 400 milligrams. Now, obviously this does vary, but if you are exceeding that, then it does come with some downsides, like it can interfere with sleep, there's possible health risks with your heart and stuff, and it'll be more expensive because you're going to have to buy more pre-workout or whatever you use for caffeine. So deload weeks. What is a deload week? Well, basically, once you accumulate enough fatigue, you want to take a week from the gym where you lower the intensity by reducing volume and or weight, and that allows you to get rid of the fatigue that you built up over time so that you can continue to go harder. Now, if you're doing a Renaissance periodization type training cycle, then usually it's going to be about 3 to 12 weeks and then a 1 week deload after that. Usually it falls more into the 4 to 8 range though. So what I recommend is to use as little caffeine, preferably none, as possible on the deload weeks, right? Because you have basically no reason to take it for the gym because you're not going super hard. But there still might be reasons outside, like if you drink coffee before work or whatever to prepare for the day, but you want to try to avoid it entirely if you can for maximum results. Research has shown it takes usually about 8 days to return to baseline, so you might need to take an extra day after the deload week if you want to fully return to baseline, but even for some, that might not be enough. If you're extremely desensitized to caffeine, then you might even want to cut it out for an entire training cycle, then take a small amount of caffeine and see how your sensitivity is, and if it's still not enough, then maybe even cut it out again for up to 3 months or so to completely reset yourself if you're extremely addicted. Then, once you've completely reset your tolerance, you should be able to only cut it out during the deload weeks, and that should be enough to resensitize you every single training cycle, so you never get to the point where your tolerance is so high that you have to take a ton of it. Potentially, if you're extremely addicted, you might need to slowly decrease your caffeine intake over time to avoid withdrawal symptoms like anxiety and headaches and such, if you don't feel like you can go cold turkey. Then, once you've done this, you should be able to use as little caffeine as possible and get the same amount of performance in the gym, maybe even greater. Thanks for watching. Start a discussion in the comments, and I'll see you next time.